Back in 2022, a certain card known as Regidrago VSTAR was released, and while it seemed promising at first, it was kind of disappointing, with only one placement in the top 32. However, with the release of Ogerpon EX, this deck got so much better, and I'm about to show you why. I think it's best if we take a look at the deck as a whole first. The current build of Regidrago with the Ogerpon engine was popularized at NAIC back in June, with Jacob I's top 16 placement. However, the list that I've been playing online is Ian Rob's World's Top 8 deck, with cards from Shrouded Fable, such as Curum and Pheasant Dipper EX. Now, let's look at some of the deck's strengths, weaknesses, and different matchups. First of all, a big weakness of this deck is being unable to find the necessary pieces. It takes a lot of setup to get this deck going. Even if you have the energy and Pokemon in play, you're in a tough spot if you don't have any energy switches. However, if you get past all of that, this deck shreds one-price Pokemon in decks with Curum's Trifrost and Dragapult's Phantom Dive, both spreading damage on the board. However, if you run into anything that blocks damage to the bench, it can be quite scary if you don't have a gusting option and or a cancelling cologne. Its OHKO potential, while quite high with cards like Giratina or V-Star, can still fall short of KOs on Pokemon like Charizard or Dragapult EX. However, while Dragapult U1 Invited is quite popular, getting off a Trifrost or Phantom Dive early on can really damage your opponent's board state. An interesting matchup for Regidrago is Miraidon EX, which has seen a significant increase in players since Worlds last month. If you have a Squawkabilly EX or Clefairy on your board, those become huge targets for Iron Hands to take extra prize cards. But the Drago itself, with 280 HP, likely won't get one-shot by anything on their board. Not even Raikou V or Miraidon EX can do that much damage in one go. So without those liabilities on your bench, your matchup seems pretty good. Now, I would mention God of War EX in this video, but even saying that thing's name once hurts me a lot, so let's move on to some post-commentary of a couple games I recorded. Alright, so let's jump into our first game, and let's do some commentary. Now, this was Mewtwo EX, which isn't a real deck. It just isn't, but, you know, that starting hand, it could be a lot better. We need some balls. Wait, we need some Pokemon Surge. That's what I meant. So I'm looking at this list, I'm like, oh, this better not be something like Mewtwo. No, I'm not saying that. If I mess up in this, I don't care. It's like I'm just playing it live, but I'm not. But yeah, I'm like, oh, is this God of War? Maybe it's like some kind of Mimikyu control. But then I see Mewtwo and Natu get flipped over, so I'm like, okay, this should be pretty good. And we see a Nest Wall coming down. That Nest Wall is going to grab him and Natu. Now, this Mewtwo, I'm pretty sure what it wants to do is just get a bunch of energy on the board, do a lot of damage. That's kind of its thing. But if you can't do that, then what is it good for? I see, okay, I'm getting a Grass Energy here. We do get a Nest Wall. We do have the Nest Wall that we can use. Grabbing that Ogerpon, I think that's a good play. Although I feel like Squawkabilly definitely could have helped here. Although Lightning type on the other side of the field is also quite scary. So yeah, putting the Teal Dance on there. Energy switching straight away. I don't know if you want to do that, but I don't think it's a terrible play. Pokestop coming down. What did we hit off of this? Not the best. We do just got the Squawk and the Research. We do get the Prime Catcher. But having that in the hand right now isn't the best. Like, you'd want that later. So Celestial Roll, that does get us the last energy and discards a Curum, which is huge. Those are some really good Celestial Roll cards to find there. Celestial Roll discards the top 3 cards of your deck, but you can attach any energy to it. I think it's any. I might be wrong. Yeah, seeing a little bit of a slow start here for the next time. I see an Earthen Vessel. He's gonna go discard an Ultra Ball and get 2 Psychic Energies here. And evolves this Zatu. And then he's gonna use evolving another Zatu. He does get his Zatus up quite quickly. And he's gonna Clairvoyant Sense to that bench Mewtwo there and draw 2 cards. I think this game went pretty well, especially with that Curum in the discard pile. You know, I could just shred the board here, as I mentioned earlier. Seeing a manual attachment to that Zatu there. I'm just checking what that Mewtwo does. And we see a Nest Ball for another Natu, which is actually great for me, because the Mewtwo is immune to Trifrost while it's on the bench, because that's how Terra Pokemon work. And we're going to see a Pokestop, and yeah, those weren't great discards. I was quite happy seeing 2 energy and energy searching going to discard, hitting for only 130. You know, I mean, Mewtwo, I think, as a deck online, isn't too bad. Like, if you can, I've never played it, but I feel like it might not be terrible. Attaching energy, defiant energy. I'm debating that Holucha, but it's not really useful right here because my Trifrost just one-shots all three of them. Putting another energy on the Ogerpon and then researching. Researching the Prime Catcher was painful, but I don't think I needed it. But we do get the V-Star here. And do I go for the Legacy Star on this turn? I don't think I need to. I don't think I needed to do that, but I might have. I do get the Regidrago V onto the bench. There's no way I Legacy Start here, right? I do go for the Pokestop and we get 2 energy switches, which is pretty good. Which I really... Did I use these onto the other Drago? I should have if I didn't. Why did I not? Why didn't I do that? Would that not have just been a better idea? I am gonna go for the Trifrost here. Oh, I should have just moved on to the other Drago, you know? Oh, I guess this turn I could, because I discarded them all, so I could move on to the active. The active does have 130 damage. Have taken out all of their energy acceleration, which is great. So they're now just down to a 1 Pokemon board. It's gonna be pretty tough to get out of. But I think they kind of pull back a little bit. But they do Iono me to 3 cards in my hand. And what did I get off of this? I got Mew and 2 energy cards. Not incredible. And they do get a Nutty down, but nothing out for that Puffin. I do wonder why they played the Puffin. And then playing Mesagoza. Mesagoza does hit heads. And what did they find to? Is it a Mewtwo? Yeah, it was a Mewtwo. They do get the Mewtwo and then put the Mewtwo down onto the bench. Put an XP share on. Attach an energy to it. And now they're hitting... Oh, 110? No, 100. I think. I'm pretty sure it's 100 damage. But they do go for the transfer charge, which is going to put 2 energy from the discard pile onto their Pokemon. It's actually only 1. Was it only 1? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so I'm debating, do I put the energy onto this Ogerpon and I go for the Tail Dance? It is good draw. And I get a Boss's Orders, which isn't that helpful. Especially with everything of energy. I do go for the Mesagoza. Don't hit it, unfortunately. I don't know what I would have tried to grab there. I see an Ultra Ball with a Fire and a Mew. No, Fire and Boss. Getting rid of a Boss isn't great, but at this stage in the game, I didn't really need one. And what did I grab here? Was the Pheasant? No, the Giratina. Okay. Was that really the best move? I guess I needed the Giratina to get a one-shot, because that's the only thing that can really do big one-shots in this deck. A good Dragon one-shot that does a lot of damage could be really good. But I feel like they're just not going to print one in time for it to still be in the format, which is really unfortunate. And I do evolve. I did get rid of quite a few energy switches, no? Oh no, wait. No, those are shuffled back in, so I didn't. But there are 2 in the discard. I do grab 1. And my other card was a... Was it Grass Energy? No, it was a Fire Energy. So I have 2 energy switches in hand. I'm going to go for another Teal Dance, apparently. We get another energy switch, so that's pretty good. But, like, I don't need it. And, yeah, just loading up the active Regidrago here. Which is... I would say the correct play. Because there's no way to get back onto the bench. We're going to put 1 energy onto the Regidrago VSTAR. Not sure if that comes into play. We do get the Pheasant Deputy down. But, you know, no KO last turn. Can't use that just yet. And the Apex Dragon for the... Was it Lost Impact? The Lost Impact, yeah. I'm going to put 2 energy cards into a Lost Zone. And I take 1 of the active and 1 from the Teal Mask Ogerpon. And then they move 1 to the bench with the XP share, but it's 1 prize to 6. They're not coming back from this. Unless some miracle happens for them. Although I do have a significant lack of energy switches at this point. I'm pretty sure I'm all out. So all of my attachments are going to have to be manual. Which I think did buy them a little bit of time. I don't think it was a ton of time, but You know, yeah. It's hard to talk for, like, just keep talking about a game. But yeah, they do get the KO on the Regidrago VSTAR, which is unfortunate. That XP shed did come in pretty clutch, getting just 10 more damage than they needed to do. And I have no more energy switch access, so I'm just gonna have to attach the energy manually each turn. Discarding that Dragon Port, but there's no more energy in the deck, so I'm starting to panic. And I'm looking for some super rods. I have not used any at this point in the game. I'm gonna flip the script real here. Yeah, good one. And there is a super rod, so I do throw some energy into the deck. I think it's 2 grass and a fire I went for here. It is, which I think is fair, because I didn't have any, so just one full Dragon Ball, Regidrago. I always get those mixed up. But yeah, getting a full Regidrago worth of energy, and then debating, do I go for the Iono or do I go for the research? Because I don't want to really discard that much. And I do end up going for the Iono. It's an interesting choice. Just into one, and it's an Ultra Ball, which kind of screws me over, but I do remember the restart. I go for the restart for 2 more cards. Nest Ball and Super Rod. Super Rod does get me even more energy, which is very helpful. And I'm just going to put that on... Well, I'm not going to put that anywhere because it's not actually in my hand. I'm going to put it in the deck. Mexico's gonna find heads there. And gonna grab another Dragon Ball, and I think I Ultra Ball. Just I can't remember if it's the thin out of the deck or shuffle the deck. But I did grab the Cleffer. Oh, I go for the Cleffer and then Grasping Draw here, I believe. Yeah, which I think was a good play. 0 card hand, instant draw 7. It's pretty good. And then that's my energy. Just might take a while to get it into play. Yeah, it is going to be kind of hard for them to come back. Yeah, they do get another Mewtwo down, which, and then they Clairvoyant Sense to it, which makes them do more damage. I think they just went for, they just go for Cleffer here, right? I think. Or did they Ghost? I can't actually remember. They do go for the Mesagoza, and they hit heads. I don't think they got anything off this, did they? Or maybe a Natu? Not Mewtwo. What's the 3rd or 4th one of those we've seen? I don't know, but it's been a lot. Yeah, because this is the one I knocked out, and then there's 3 more on the board. Checking the Lost Zone, seeing if I can get a Lost Impact, not a Lost Impact, a Star Requiem for an instant one-shot, but not quite enough. 190 damage coming onto the Clever there. And still have to charge up that Regidrago. It is looking a lot closer for them now, which is kind of scary. I do put an energy onto the Regidrago, and then it's a tough choice. What do you do here? In this situation, do you just pass? Do you flip the script with only 4 cards in the deck? I don't think I do. Or do I? I just don't think it's worth it. I think I just pass, yeah. That is probably the right play to make. Because even if they do kill the Mew EX, I just come in, Fire Energy, Lost Impact, take the game. And yeah, I think that is what happens here. Capturing Aroma. It's a Tails, I think it was a Natu here. No, just nothing. I feel like I remember there being a Natu or Satu coming down here. No, just the phone. Kinesis taking out the Mew EX. And then this is my cue. It does bring up Reggie. And Lost Impact with that Fire Energy from the hand. I'm gonna switch. That's not gonna mean anything. I was actually debating the Ionar to 1 for both of us, but I didn't want to do that. So yeah, just taking the KO on the Mewtwo, putting 2 energy on the Lost Zone, that doesn't matter. And yeah, that's just a little showcase of Regidrago VSTAR's power. It's a pretty strong deck when you can get it going. If you can't get it going, you're kind of screwed, but not all the time, right? But yeah, I think that is going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. We're going through a pretty big rebrand on this channel very, very soon. in just like 2 months. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a big thing. If you want, check the link in the description. You can go play my Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver Reimagining Pokemon Heart and Soul EX. It's an early preview build, so it's not really finished right now. It's not great, but it's functional. It works as a game. You can go play it if you want to. I'll put the link in the description. It's a Google Drive link. Just go download it. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. It's been fun, and not next week, in 2 weeks, I'll see you for a Miraidon EX video in this kind of style. I don't really like this kind of describe the deck and then go into a little post commentary. I like doing this kind of style. That'll be what that is. And then 2 weeks after that, I don't know if it's 2 weeks after that. It's sometime in October though. It might be a little later. It's definitely not 2 weeks. Because it'll be a Sonic X Shadow Generations review video. Kind of. I haven't really decided, but yeah. If you want some Sonic content, go over there. It's gonna be pretty fun. And I'll see you in 2 weeks for the second of my 3 final videos under this name before we move to the future. See ya!